All right. All right, hey, it's Matt, BlindGuysGarage. And today, we're gonna work on topping this blower with some carburetors and building a a fuel system for them. We have the linkage already. So let's kind of see what we can get into. And hopefully, by the end of this video, it's gonna be running. So let's see what it takes to do it. This is probably gonna take a few days as I'm still waiting on some parts and carburetors and other things. But let's get to it. All right, well here I am working in the shop and a delivery comes in. So I wasn't expecting to be able to show you all this. So let's see what we got. Ah, yes. The Holly 650 XP carburetors. What y'all think? I think they're beautiful. I'm gonna repolish everything once I make the fuel system here, because we're gonna have to link these together here. So what I'm gonna do is now we gotta build a fuel system. So we're gonna have one that does a V bend right here. It comes right into here where it's gonna do a T right there. Same thing here, it's gonna do a V bend, and then it's gonna come into a T right here. And then these two will come together, do two 90s, boom, boom, come to right here, into a T again. So all the carburetor linkage will be all made, or all the carburetor linkage, all the carburetor fuel system made to one right here. And then I can run a metal line all the way to the front, back, side to side, whatever, from there to link up to my fuel system, which is right here. Here's our fuel gauge. It was hanging down there. So we can either modify this to be longer, add a piece here. I don't know, we'll see. But there's where it's gonna come to. We're going to change this gauge out for a 7 PSI gauge, opposed to a high pressure gauge, or a 10 PSI gauge. And I don't know. Let's see what we can do with it. We got Jason with us today.
Yep.
I don't know how long he'll be here. I'll work on the blower by myself. He doesn't like this idea.
No.
So we're working on fuel lines. Here's our weird contraption of a fuel line. We're gonna see how this works. For now, I guess I'm gonna flip to showing him installing this line and either cursing or being happy.
We're gonna try to avoid the cursing.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
This
Does it work? No.
Yeah, right. Let's see if this line fits. If it fits, we're gonna have to make one more.
And there she is.
What you doing, Jason?
I'm about to do something dumb.
Oh, that's nothing new. Shut up. He's molding this new fuel line in. And then we're gonna mark it and cut it. What are you doing, Jason?
Cutting the line.
Oh. See? Cut, rinse, repeat. What you doing now?
I am cleaning up birds on the line.
Oh, that's always a good thing to do. Got one more question.
Yeah.
Why aren't you using a reamer bit for that?
Because we ain't got one.
Oh, I don't own one?
If so, you ain't brought it out yet.
Oh, so you're gonna be really mad, but I'm bringing a reamer bit out. Just kidding, I don't own one. What you doing now?
Flaring the pipe.
Flaring the pipe. What degree flare is that?
37.
0.5?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. How'd you know it was a 37-degree flare?
Because I got told earlier.
Oh, I was wondering if you read the tool.
I may have. I might not have. It's none of your business, Matt.
I understand. So what he's trying to do is center the pipe in the tool there to be sure that we get a perfect flare, because we are using a pipe that has been pre-bent a certain location. Oh, there she went. Let's see what this flare looks like. Did I hear the old man's shoulder crack over there?
Something like that. And that's what we got.
Yeah, now will that fitting slide up the line is the next question.
Better find out.
But where are you? Oh, something happened.
Something happened.
But not enough, huh?
Not enough something. That's what I hate about these curved lines.
You know, you're really supposed to, bend them after you've made them, but we couldn't really do that where we were at.
Yeah,
Let me take care of that.
Break out the lube and the channel locks.
All right, let me see it.
What's happening, Matt?
Oops. My new solution.
Oh, what happened? You couldn't get it either?
No. I just want to tell y'all that's some bull crap that is actually moving. Trying not to damage the flare on top of everything. Because that's the whole point here, is the flare. There it goes.
Are we actually getting somewhere now?
Done.
Ta-da.
Is that line gonna fit, Jason?
I don't know, we're about to find out. Ooh, at a little bit more of an angle than what we'd like.
Uh-oh.
So we gotta do some.
You can also always alter it down.
Yeah.
Or up, for that matter.
What we're going to do is, it looks like we're going to put a little bit more bend in it while we're right here.
Oh, you need more bend?
Yeah, it's kind of at like a...
Oh, we straightened it up, pulling on it and hammering on it and all that good nonsense, huh?
So, let's do that right there. Oh, look at that. That's going to be pretty.
Party, huh?
No, not quite. It's a little long now. But, you know, it is what it is.
Shay is what Shay is.
We'll have to adjust the stainless line right here.
Is it hitting the throttle linkage?
Actually not currently, but as soon as we go to roll the throttle, it's going to touch.
I was going to say, when you tighten this line up, have you pulled this all the way up as tight as it goes?
Yep.
Oh, so you're telling me when I lean over here, let's see if I can show you all this at the same time here. All right, so here's the problem. Lean over, here we go.
And see how it touches right here?
Yeah, right there. So we'll have to alter the stainless line to make sure that doesn't happen. All right, I need both hands. One slight bend of the throttle linkage, of the fuel line, and
we got clearance.
Clearance. All right. We'll design the rest of this thing and we'll bring you back as we figure something out. What you doing now?
We're about to do some fun stuff.
Yeah, but what you doing?
Cutting off some lines, that way we can mock up everything that we need.
You don't like being on the spot, do you?
No, I don't. Why you gotta do this to me?
Because if you had the camera and I was doing it, you would do this to me. Final fuel line being installed. This has been a nightmare. Day 2. Mainly because we're being perfectionist. Because we could have just slung this thing together, but I don't like slinging stuff together when it's this nice. How about you, Jason?
No, not at all. We got to get this line off the blower. It's touching.
Yeah, we'll have to work that line just a little bit. Don't crank it down yet.
Don't crank it down yet.
Yeah, just get it finger tight, because everything's finger tight right now. All right. Well, there she is, ladies and gentlemen and hot rod lovers. We don't want to look at him, do we?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right, here we go. So as y'all saw the last time, we was making fuel lines. They're all now. Belt's tight. Headers are on. Starter's on. Plug wires are on. Hopefully the right direction. Probably need to have Jason double check that, because he can read the numbers and count them to cylinders. I'm gonna bring the carburetor up with the electric fuel pump that's in the tank with my power lead, wherever it's at right here. We're gonna watch this gauge right here, and we're gonna look for fuel leaks. So here we go. Hear it push the air out of the carburetors?
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for that gauge to bump. As soon as it bumps, I'm gonna stop.
Right here.
Pull that blower scoop off. I want to make sure we're not pushing fuel down the blower. I can't see. All right, I'm gonna bring y'all back in a second. All right, here you go. We found 2 fuel leaks, because my fault, here and here. We didn't tighten those. Everybody else looks to be good, I think. I don't see anything leaking down there on those lines. This guy's dry, this guy's dry, that's dry, and everything else is high pressure and we haven't touched it. Lines are dry. All of our lines look good, which is the important part, because that's the hard stuff.
Like, what you mean?
Oh, this one's wet right here, Jason.
Which one?
Check this one right here for us. I don't know if it's what's leaking. Something's wet right there. All right, bring it back. All right, y'all ready to start this thing up? Jason, you got to work the switch, because I can't do both. If I scream, shut it off, shut it off. Okay, we got fuel.
All right, you ready?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm nervous. Let's do it. Ooh, damn. Those squirters are good. You saw that, didn't you?
I did.
All right. Holy. That's a 305.
I'm ready to drive.
Now, for those who don't know, we have not touched those carburetors.
Nope, not at
That-
all. Literally came out the box.
Not
and got
joking.
set on there.
They come out of the box from the carb builder. We bolted them on. I haven't touched the idle screws. I haven't touched anything. That's good. All right, y'all.
I say we did.
I'm gonna play with this thing for a little bit more, and I'll bring y'all back. I'm chills and all. I'm happy, very happy. All right. Well, I still got chill bumps. I'm still happy. I'm gonna be happy for a little while. Can't believe it cranked on the first lick, and no, that was not set up at all. We set the timing at 4 degrees. I'll bring you down here and show you. If you look right here's my timing tab. You won't be able to see the balancer right now because it's turned, but the factory, this is, by the way, for those who don't know, and who I haven't said, because I don't think I've mentioned this at all. This is a stone stock 305 with a 671 blower and a pair of 750 Holley XP carburetors. Pretty straight up. I mean, the top end's worth more than the bottom end by far. Got Jason over here laughing.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. So, on a 305, I'll bring you back in again. If you look back in here behind everything, there's a timing tab right here that they time it off of from the factory. Well, we can't use that because our water pump's a short pump and got in the way of all the
Everything.
So we put the timing tab on it. I pulled number 1 up to TDC. The timing tab come up dead on 0 inside here where you can't see it. We set it here at 4 degrees. I mean, I set it here at 0. Marked the balancer, which I don't know if we can find the paint line on it or not. You see the paint line, boss?
Well, hang on, maybe in there.
I don't see the mark on it at all.
Timing marks right there.
There you go. There's the paint line. So I remarked it, and then we set it at 4 to 5 degrees, give or take.
About 4.5.
Somewhere he says 4.5. He dropped the distributor in, stabbed it in, and locked it down at 4.5 degrees. Bolted everything together, and surprisingly enough, it lit to life in 2 temps. I mean, you saw it on the camera. I reached in, pumped. Oh, that's the one thing I did. I think I told y'all is I used the electric pump in the tank to bring fuel pressure up. You'll see in here.
Yeah, we still.
Here. So we used that to bring fuel up, so I didn't have to sit here and spin the motor over continuously. And it brought it up to about 6 psi, and then here we are. So I guess for now, that's where we're going to end this thing. We definitely got some tuning to do. We're still going to hook the transmission up. It's in the car. Everything's bolted up. I don't have converter bolts for it. They're metric. I don't have a lot of metric stuff laying around, so we got to get some converter bolts. Got to put the drive shaft back in it. It's under the car. We didn't even sweep the kitty litter up that was under the car. I'm surprised I didn't see a dust storm out behind it. Then again, I didn't ever pay attention. Did you?
No.
Yeah,
I was too shell shocked by.
That it licked off on the first hit.
I was not expecting that. Like 100%, I was expecting us to have like 4 or 5 attempts before it cranked up. But
me too.
Yeah, fire it off.
When you take your time and do it all exactly as you're supposed to, it actually works. I mean, you know,
This
it truly
was
does.
a lot of hours of tedious trying to obtain perfection.
Yep.
And we didn't achieve perfection, but we got, you know, close enough for our liking.
That's right. I agree. I mean, our fuel lines are nice. We're going to make a bracket for this one so it doesn't lay on the blower. All these appear to be okay. This one had a tiny leak, which it's still sweating, so we're probably going to have to remake this particular line. The short lines, it's leaking on the short line too, or it's dripping down off of it.
It's probably leaking down off the top of it.
So I don't know if it's leaking. Well, if it's leaking from here, then it wouldn't ever make it to there.
No, so we probably got a leak right here at this collar.
So I don't. It could be this carbon.
Oh no! This one right here is leaking.
Is it?
So I got to tighten that up.
Okay. So I mean, we have a couple little leaks. We have a couple little burbles. But either way, like I said, I think this is where we're going to. Me and him are going to do a little bit more tuning and tweaking, and we'll bring it back once we get the transmission and all settled up. He's going to play with some fuel lines, and once he tightens it up, I'll fire it up for you one more time. All right. Well, here we are. Like I said, I'm going to bring you back for one last fire up. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe. I read all the comments. I reply to every one of them. Hope y'all have enjoyed it so far. We're going to get this thing back on the road hopefully in the next 2 weeks, and we'll actually have it driving. So for now, let's let it be at this. Shh, quiet on set. Shh.